What's up, everybody? This review, we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco 112 Ghost Rider figure. This figure is going to be awesome. I've already seen it. Just unboxing it again. I figured I might as well go ahead and review it, get it on the channel. So, here is the artwork. I believe this is Clayton Crane artwork, who does amazing Ghost Rider stuff. Here is the side. The other side. Another skull on this one. And there's the front again. So let's get them open and check them out. So when you open the package, the box actually has like a slip cover to it, and then you open it up, and then there's this foam that houses the motorcycle, and then you have this crate here that houses the figure and all the accessories. So here is the Mezco Ghost Rider outside of the packaging. I do have his little crate here. I'll kind of take the parts out off screen, or see if we can see it like that. He comes with, he's got a set of hands on him, and then you have 3 other sets here. You've got batteries, and behind this crate it opens up. I call it a crate, but it's more like a little whole clamshell setup. If you got Mezco figures, you know how they do it. Get another clamshell thing with the stand, some flames, there's chains. So, pretty cool. And a little baggie in there to keep your accessories if you decide you don't want to keep the box. I don't know how I feel about the boxes. They are big, and collector-wise, you know, if you ever want to let your Mezco go, they do go up in value sometimes, or they kind of stay about the same. Having that box will help you out. That just depends on like how you collect and how you want to do it. But this guy looks really cool. We've got this trigger finger hand, this kind of open palm hand. Let me get him out of the way. You get two of these hands, one for each side, which is like a, I guess, grasping hand. You get this hand, which I love. And you get another one that's the same exact one, just for the opposite side. You can see all those details in there. So looking at Ghost Rider himself, he looks pretty cool. You know, this is, you know, when I see him, I think Johnny Blaze in this suit, like all black. It could be either one of them. The one thing that scares me and worries me is anytime I get one of these like pleather type suits from Mezco. Luckily, I haven't had any issues with any of the figures that I had that have this material, but I've seen some pretty crazy stories online with it breaking down over time. Even looking at this one, I almost feel like maybe I need to put something on it. I don't know what it is. Just worried about it tearing, ripping, breaking down over time. I don't know what you put on this. Armor all? Something? Try to treat that, maybe. Could just be the look of it, but I mean, it still looks awesome. Of course, the suit is sewn here at the waist, but you got a lot of different materials. So here you got the head. Nice little detail. The flames look really good. Really cool. Really nice material they use there. You've got, this has a working actual zipper here on the jacket. If you pull it open, you can see the fabric for an undershirt, which is really cool. Really nice. You've got this belt with a little metal buckle. The gloves look to have a different material. That's plastic for the hands, but also around the the lower part that goes over the forearm. The boots look really nice with the little silver zippers. Pretty cool. And other than that, it's pretty much just that material all around the body. All right, so we'll take a look at his articulation, and you'll kind of notice through the video, I guess I'll probably be popping and swapping different hand attachments on there. So we'll start with the head. It doesn't move at all. It is a solid piece, but that's because it has the light up gimmick in there. This is kind of the bottom of it. And this is the head. The jaw is articulated. This piece right here is where you put the batteries in. And that's the body. So you'll put the batteries in. I think they might just slide down into the neck. This slides in there, then this one covers it up, so you're pretty much just getting left to right motion out of it. You can get a good T-pose, but again, you got to worry about the material. It's kind of nice because he's in this suit and he's got built-in like wrinkles, so this kind of bunches up, it just adds to it. I don't know what that would do over time as far as breaking down. Could feel the upper bicep cut. Got your elbow, which I'd probably flex to about that far, so that it feels double jointed. But you're stretching material. You got, I think this is just a free floating, or it may be an actual articulation point at the forearm, one at the wrist, with the ball peg that rotates so you can get different angles, vertical, horizontal, whatever you need. You've got an upper torso crunch that goes pretty good forward. Not so much back, but then you've got the ball at the waist. So you combine those two. It goes forward about that much, which is going to help with leaning forward to reach the handlebars on the bike. It goes back pretty far. Like, not bad at all. Leg goes forward about that much, but when you do, you I felt the material pull. So again, you got to be pretty careful. Goes back to neutral. Goes out about that far. Got to be careful again. Double jointed knees, going back that far. Just the material stopping it again. Nice little bunched look in there. boot cut, ankle hinge, and pivot, but you know, not going to stress that too much. Mezcos are nice. They have some pretty good articulation, but not always the best. And then in the case of this guy, the clothing is going to be hindering it. But that is his articulation, and that's pretty much how he looks. Not bad. You know, you got this real zipper. Pretty cool. So this Ghost Rider, when you pull the head off, he also has this little post that's sitting inside of there. And this is where the part that houses the batteries. So what you want to do is you're going to split this in half. So where the line is, let's see if I can get it to show up a little better. There's a little line that runs all the way down into here, and you just pull it apart from the bottom there. Put your batteries in, which is kind of, it's a really small area, so you don't want to mess anything up. But then you get the switch here, and you turn it on, and you get that little light there. You drop it in here, and turn it clockwise, and it kind of locks in place so it's not going anywhere. You slide the Ghost Rider head on, and you get a pretty cool light up feature. So how cool is that? That's pretty awesome. It's a nice little gimmick, pretty cool. I wish there was a way to do it and still have articulation, like the head moved up and down, you know? Wish we didn't have to sacrifice, but that looks pretty cool. And then of course, if you want to turn that off, take the head off, turn this counterclockwise, pull up, and then just turn your switch off. Drop that back in, and you got your Ghost Rider. So I'm not gonna break out the stand, but it does have these flame effects for its hands. This one plugs into a hand, and I believe this one just kind of sits in there, and it's just more meant for you to, like, I guess make it look like he's throwing fireballs at you. So I'm not really gonna mess with those too much. This Ghost Rider also comes with the flame being chain, which is really cool. Put that in his hand, have it whip around. Nice flames on here. All of the flames look really good. They don't look like cheaper flame effects or anything like that. You also get this chain here, which is really cool. So this chain is posable. It's got a little wire running through it that you can't really see, which is really cool. But yeah, you can pose this bad boy. To wrap it around him. This is really cool. I like that. It's a nice little effect. But I think I'll probably leave it wrapped around his chest. That will probably be like the extent of what I do with it, because it's a little like bendy wire sort of thing, and I'm not trying to break that. I'm pretty sure over time it will snap. Spin that around so it just looks a little better. pretty nice. Pretty cool. I like it. I'm known for having that chain. Now let's get into one of my favorite parts, or something I'm looking forward to, is this motorcycle. This bike looks awesome. I love the look of it. This shield kind of makes me think of like the Danny Ketch motorcycle. But the Ghost Rider figure himself makes me think of Johnny Blaze. But this looks so awesome to me. It's got nice translucent wheels. You can see all the different parts, the wires going through. The air filters, the exhaust, those rotors, just everything. The paint, it looks really nice. It's silver, but not completely silver, not straight silver. You got like a bronze looking color and some like black wash in there. It fades, a lot of the color fades. Like it's just not a straight color. It's not molded in there. A lot of extra details. Such a nice looking bike. And it comes with its own accessories. So we've got 2 flame effects. Because what would this bike be without flying down the road with some flames? So it just kind of slides straight on like that. And these flames look really good. A really nice translucent. This one's gonna slide on in there also. Oh, I forgot to mention that this handlebar does turn. And it just rests right in there. So you get this nice speeding effect, which looks really cool. Got that flame trail. Got the nice buttons. Nice leather seat looking. Just really good looking. I really love this bike. So awesome. Might be one of my favorite motorcycles. Really cool. So this bike on the bottom has this little part for batteries. The whole kit comes with a set of batteries for you for Ghost Rider and for this bike. And after you get them in, you know, you flip the switch, turn it on. But you got a couple buttons on here. So right here on the gas tank. Here it's starting up. You can see the lights on it. Looks really cool. That's so awesome. That's so crazy. And then on this other side, gas tank, same side. Man, that just sounds creepy. Really, really creepy. But it also sounds like, you know, it's kicking into like hyperdrive or something. But then you start hearing what sounds like a I don't know, screaming souls or something. You could take those sounds like a bunch of different ways. It's so crazy. But those lights look amazing. Really awesome. This whole bike is just really, really sick. So here is Ghost Rider on the bike, and I think it looks pretty good, but it's not perfect. And this is where I feel like a downside to it. If you look at his legs, like his feet don't really get to the pedals. On this side, it kind of does. It's like you have to sacrifice one or the other. You know, kind of lean them to try to get there. But just where the seat is and the way his legs work, they just can't really get there. It's just not that good. Then he just looks awkward on the bike to me. His back is pretty straight. He can't really hunch over like that to give you the really good look, or he's looking down now because his head can't tilt backwards so he can look straight ahead. So that just looks, you know, a little odd to me. So you're pretty much gonna have to like pose him a certain way. You know, I'd have to lean him this way to try to get his feet to, you know, touch. But it still looks, I don't know, it looks uncomfortable to me. It just doesn't seem right. And that's where I think the downside is to it. I love this bike, it's beautiful. The Ghost Rider figure itself is good. You know, if I had to keep one or the other, I would keep the bike. Maybe not so much the figure. Mostly because, you know, I'm worried about this pleather that's on him. No neck articulation. And then just not really able to, you know, touch the foot pegs. It's pretty crazy. I mean, that should have been like one of the first things I think they really looked at and checked and made sure. I mean, this guy's gonna be on the bike. You can try to come up with some different poses to kind of help it out, you know, but as far as riding, I don't know that I would leave him in a riding pose. Probably like a standing there, sitting. Now that might look really good to me. I like that. So I don't know, the only downside really, which is actually kind of a big one, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna have a motorcycle rider, you need to be riding. Your feet need to be on the pegs, you need to look comfortable. I think he could have done with being a little bit taller, maybe. Having a little more looseness in his clothes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you fix that while keeping the Mezco aesthetic sort of thing going on. That's probably my real downside to it. But those are pretty big. Especially, you know, I like that head articulation. I need it to look ahead. Left to right is cool. Maybe if he could move a little bit more in the upper chest or something. But not being able to really hit the foot pegs, big deal. So, and it's an expensive figure. Standing there, I mean, that looks awesome. Doesn't look bad like that at all from either side. Pretty much how I'm gonna have him on the shelf. I love this bike. The bike is amazing. This is pretty much how I'm gonna have him posed. Maybe I'll put him in a riding one every once in a while. I'm not sure, but I think it would throw me off because I would want a little bit more out of him. And maybe I'm doing something wrong and I'll keep pushing it as far as I can without tearing his clothes. But I mean, I mean, if you look at it like that, that's a really awesome looking figure. I really like it a lot. The set as a whole, the motorcycle more than the figure, but the figure is still not bad. Just missing those things, those two things. So that's gonna be it for this review. Hopefully you guys saw everything that you needed, and you know, you can make up your own mind on whether this is something you'd be interested in, something that you like, want to make that purchase. They have a blue version coming out. Maybe that's more your style, like a early first appearance. He's in that blue suit with the all red bike. Maybe that's your style. But I don't know if it uses the same body, if it's going to have the same issues. This was the look for me. I'm glad I have it. It's a Mezco figure. I don't expect him to hit all the poses, but that was a big one for me. So I still think it's an okay set, like a good set. But that's going to be a make or break for a lot of people. And especially you guys watching it, you know, that could be a make or break for you. So I'm glad you're able to see it, you know. I have seen these guys on sale, like on different groups and that sort of thing for like decent prices. And maybe you find one at a decent price and makes it more worth it. I think for me, I think it was all right. A little disappointed in those two things, but I'm still happy with it. But I know a lot of people that could prevent them from even picking this up. This is just going to be a display piece, just like this. I don't think I'm going to move it because I really like this pose right here. So again, I hope you all saw everything you needed to see, and that's going to be it for this review. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.